When I walked into this year's Masters of the Universe movie with my $40 Cinemark Sword of Power sipper, I was ready for action, nostalgia, and loincloths, which the film delivers in spades. But what I wasn't expecting was the film's critique of toxic masculinity and its redefinition of what it means to be a man. In hindsight, it's fitting that this film would have a strong message. The original cartoon ended every episode with a lesson for the kids watching at home, so it makes sense that this new film would take that concept and evolve it for a new generation, focusing on empathy, humanity, and offering a new understanding of what it means to be a man. But before we can get to anything that the film has to say about this, we have to talk about what young boys go through growing up. As men, growing up, we are conditioned to falsely believe that empathy, patience, and having emotions, let alone talking about our emotions, are weaknesses. We are taught that brute strength, force, and aggression are the qualities that make someone strong. And while those qualities aren't inherently bad, brute strength without empathy, force without patience, and aggression without acknowledgement of one's other emotions can make a person cruel. But hey, better to be cruel than weak. After all, there's nothing worse a man can be than weak. Men aren't born this way. As boys, we are empathetic, kind, and compassionate. But somewhere along the line, we are told that those qualities are weak and that we need to, quote-unquote, man up. Sometimes this lesson is taught implicitly through patriarchal social norms. Other times it's taught explicitly to us from older men in our lives who truly and genuinely want to protect us, but unknowingly are passing down these harmful views that they were once taught. Regardless of good intentions or not, we teach boys to hate the very things that make them human. Not only does this miserable, warped understanding of masculinity hurt those around us, it hurts us too. In fact, it is killing us. Depression and suicide are by no means unique to men. But there is a reason why men account for 70 to 75% of suicide deaths in the United States in recent years, according to the CDC. And while there are many factors that play into this, the way that we raise men and the societal expectations placed on them are undeniably significant. Too many young men grow up believing that their feelings, emotions, and kind natures are weaknesses that need to be suppressed rather than strengths that should be embraced. As a result, many grown men avoid talking about their feelings or mental health because they view it as weak. Empathetic young boys should not feel that they have to change who they are in order to become men. And that's exactly what Masters of the Universe 2026 is all about. Adam's entire journey revolves around this misunderstanding. I should mention there are light spoilers ahead if you haven't seen this movie yet. Nothing crazy, but I am going to talk about certain points throughout the film. When we first meet him, Adam is an empathetic young boy who would rather make friends than fight. His father, King Randor, constantly pushes him to toughen up, and Adam internalizes this idea that who he isn't enough. The movie begins with Skeletor taking over Adam's home of Eternia, resulting in Adam being sent away and separated from his parents. 15 years later, Adam discovers the Sword of Power and becomes He-Man. But rather than embrace the qualities that made him worthy of the power of Grayskull in the first place, he tries to become the man who he believed his father wanted him to be. He suppresses his empathetic nature, rushes headfirst into violence, rejects teamwork, and relies solely on brute force to achieve his goals. In other words, he becomes exactly what he grew up being told a man should be. The consequences of this are disastrous. When he discovers that his parents are actually alive and being held captive by Skeletor, he insists on going to rescue them alone. Rather than trusting his friends or attempting any other solution, he rushes into violence, and as a result, Skeletor overwhelms him, his father dies, and he loses the power to be He-Man. What follows is the emotional heart of the film. As Adam's father lies dying, Adam tells him that he is no longer the weak boy that he used to be, and that he is now the man that his father always wanted him to become. His father's response is what makes this film work so well. Shocked by this, his father asks Adam, what is it that he thought he wanted him to become? Adam pauses and replies, someone else. That one line captures so much about what young boys are taught growing up. His father explains that he never wanted Adam to be someone else. He pushed him because he thought what he was doing was protecting him. But he now realizes that all he did was make Adam believe that who he wasn't enough. With this revelation, Adam finally understands his mistake. His failure wasn't that he lacked physical strength. His failure was suppressing who he was and believing that he had to face everything alone. He gathers his friends and realizes that the only way to defeat Skeletor is together. The movie's message becomes explicitly clear near the end of the movie, where the sorceress reveals that Adam was not chosen to have the power of Grayskull and become He-Man because of his brute strength, his aggression, or his ability to fight. In the sorceress's own words, Adam was chosen because he possessed empathy, understanding, and humanity. This revelation completely redefines what it means to be a He-Man. The film drives this point home during the final battle. Before attempting to fight Skeletor, Adam tries to reason with him. When Skeletor mocks him for this and tells him that he doesn't know how to use the power he'd been given, Adam replies that he knows how to use it, he simply prefers not to. Only after every other option has failed does Adam resort to physically fighting Skeletor. Even the subplot involving Man-at-Arms reinforces this idea. At the beginning of the film, after the fall of Eternia, Man-at-Arms is consumed by guilt and turns to alcohol rather than talking about his emotions or sharing how he is feeling with his daughter. 15 years later, Man-at-Arms is a drunk shell of the man who he once was. By the end of the movie, however, he learns the importance of opening up and sharing how he is feeling and connecting with others rather than burying it. And in the film's final scene, he is shown talking to others, asking them about their feelings. In a universe obsessed with power, there is something truly powerful about taking He-Man, the quintessential man, an embodiment of masculinity, and using his character to deconstruct toxic masculinity and teach young boys a healthier version of masculinity. He-Man is physically strong, he is aggressive when he needs to be, and he is more than capable of fighting and defeating Skeletor. But those things are not what made him worthy of the power of Grayskull. What makes him worthy of the power is what existed long before he ever became He-Man. It is his understanding, his empathy, and his humanity. In a culture that still teaches young boys that emotions are weakness and empathy is something to outgrow, that is a powerful message. Masters of the Universe 2026 shows that true strength is not found in suppressing who you are. It's found in embracing it. And I can't think of a better lesson for a He-Man story to teach in 2026. Hey, what's going on? If you liked this and you found it interesting, consider giving me a follow. You can follow me on Substack, where I posted the original writing for this, and you can check out my YouTube video, Brexton's Thought Bubble. I post everything there first. If you haven't already, go see Masters of the Universe. It's really good. As you can tell, I really liked it. And don't forget to have a great day, and that we have the power. Ka-cha.